Mo Bamba is a 7 foot, 230 pound. I don't even know how to explain what he is. He's
almost not human.
He's a freak of nature. No offense.
You remember those aliens from Prometheus? You ever see that movie?
He's one of
those.
He has a 7'10" wingspan. 7'10". He should be able to dunk on a goal without even going on his tiptoes. He should just be able to reach up and dunk. That's crazy to think about. And then
I'm only 6'2" in my height. What's up with that, world? Thank you, Jeans.
Mo Bamba from Texas and DeAndre Ayton from Arizona. Both of them are just absolute, just athletic, just monsters.
I mean, we've talked about Mo Bamba's height and weight. DeAndre Ayton's even bigger.
Have you ever seen Shaq whenever he was at LSU?
Yeah.
It's scary that DeAndre Ayton kind of looks like that. Because if you remember Shaq whenever he was at LSU in his first few years with the Magic, he wasn't as big as he was with the Lakers. He was not as, big as he was, but he was a little bit skinnier and he was a lot more athletic. And that's kind of what DeAndre Ayton looks like. 7'1", 250.
Go look up pictures of DeAndre Ayton. We'll put up one right here, right there.
Maybe.
We'll find a place to put it. He's a physical freak, and he's only 19. And these guys are two of the top prospects in this year's NBA draft. I think both of these guys are projected to maybe go one.
Yeah.
Ayton more than Bamba, but Bamba's been rising. So we're going to kind of talk about who deserves to go number one.
All right, so the Phoenix Suns have the number one pick. It doesn't seem like they're going to trade their number one pick. It seems like they're actually going to, pick who they think will help their team out the most. Right now they got Elfrid Payton at the 1, Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, Dragon Bender. Is he still there 4, or what's up with him? We don't know what's up with him.
I'm going to give Bender one more year to prove that to show that he can improve his game.
One more year to impress him, or you're out.
If you haven't heard, the Phoenix Suns hired me as their GM, so I'm going to be making decisions from now on.
Yeah, Dragon. And gotta step it up.
But Alex Len, for me, I've given up on Alex Len.
Oh yeah, no. I've been giving up on him.
Yeah, they desperately need a big man because Alex Len is not turning into an all-star.
They've been running with Tyson Chandler, 35, 36 years old, 34.
I mean, hey, you want to ride him for another 6 years till he's 42? Be my guest. But you got two great big men in this draft class. I wouldn't say to trade that pick.
But personally, I'm going Ayton because I liked watching Arizona this year. I watched a whole lot of their basketball games. And DeAndre Ayton you could tell when he was on the court and you could tell whenever he was off the court. Arizona looked like a completely different team whenever he was on the court. You could tell which one was DeAndre Ayton as soon as he stepped on the court.
Oh, yeah.
If you looked at the court and was I wonder which one's their best player, you didn't have to look for long because you'd see the 7'1", this absolute just beast in the middle, dunking on anyone who even tries to get in front of him in the basket.
We watched some of his highlights before this video to kind of get an idea of who should go number one. He looked like a man amongst boys in the non-conference games. He'd be playing New Mexico or something like that.
Yeah.
And they double team him, and he wouldn't have to pass out of the double team because he's bigger than most.
He just keep pivoting and somehow make it through.
He's so quick for that height and for his height and weight.
Yeah, his quickness is crazy. He's not the fast. I mean, he is really fast for his size. Yeah. But the acceleration he has, how quick he can go from barely moving to running full speed is incredible. And his quickness, down low, his footwork is amazing.
He had a pretty good back to the basket game. Works well off pick and roll. I saw. Who does he remind you of? I think we kind of talked about it, but
kind of like Dwight Howard, but a Dwight Howard that can shoot. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, every single big man has to be able to shoot some nowadays. Yeah. DeAndre Jordan, I guess, is the only exception.
I think Bamba's a little bit better outside the three-point line. But man, if you give him a little pick and roll or something, you have him you dump it off and he's
at
near
the elbow.
Yeah, at the elbow. Oof. Exactly. He's smooth from that area. He can shoot from inside the arc, and that should be enough for a guy with his size. I mean, he'll make up for stuff in so many other areas.
But I like Ayton going number one to the Suns. But I feel like the inside presence is more with Ayton, and that's what the Suns are really lacking. Yeah. They don't have anything down low besides Tyson Chandler and Alex Len. Dragon Bender stays to the perimeter, and I feel like if you get Mo Bamba, he's kind of going to be doing the same thing. Yeah. So I feel like you really need DeAndre Ayton down there.
But if you had to make a case for Bamba going number one, what would it be? What does he have over Ayton?
7'10" wingspan, which defensively can be a huge factor. He can be a better shot blocker. But he's not as athletic as Ayton is. But if someone's driving into the paint and you have 4 fouls if you're Mo Bamba and you just stick your hands up trying not to draw a foul, you'll still more than likely get the block because it's 11 feet in the air. But he has the potential to be a better defender than DeAndre Ayton, really, just because of his wingspan. And the shooting, plays the floor out. Every single team is trying to have a higher pace. trying to space the floor out, have a nice distributor. Both him being the point guard and have 4 shooters around him, he can drive, and if he doesn't want to drive, he can dish it out. That's what Mo Bamba he's a stretch 5 that can lock down the paint if he needs to.
Kind of reminds me of Kristaps Porzingis in a lot of ways. A little bit shorter than Porzingis, but his wingspan makes up for so much. It's ridiculous. And he can shoot beyond the arc. He runs up and down the floor pretty well. Man, he's got a lot of upside, and I can see why he's shooting off draft boards. But Ayton's got to go number 1.
I mean,
there's no other option.
Luka Doncic, both coming from the EuroLeagues, I really like him. But I don't think there's any way you can pass up on DeAndre Ayton. I think he's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of player.
I think that's going to wrap it up. Let us know what you think of DeAndre Ayton and Mo Bamba. Let us know if there's anybody else that you think should go number 1. Should Luka Doncic maybe go 1? Just drop in the comments. Let us know what you think.
Marvin Bagley?
Bagley. I like Bagley a lot. I'm a Dookie. You know that. I'm a big Duke.
What?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments who you think should go number 1, what the top 5 will be, all that stuff. Put it on our Instagram, our Twitter. We'll leave that below in the description. Let us know what you think. Drop a like. Spread it around. Show your family, your friends. And that'll be it. See you guys.